You can't handle the truth.
Let me share something awesome that happened to me a couple of days ago. I was at home with my family, just relaxing, and I get a call from somebody who is a subscriber to this channel. His name is Caleb, and he's the CEO of Thrones and Glory. He says he wants to come by and see me. And, I tell him, no problem, come around, let's talk. And he comes and we are talking, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, he presents me with this beautiful cushion. You can see, my face is on it. There's several pictures of me, and he says, celebrating the 360-degree mastery, 300 plus YouTube videos. It really touched me, blew me away. A few weeks ago, I announced that I was celebrating 300 videos on YouTube. I didn't know that somebody was paying attention and they were preparing something wonderful like this for me. The name of the company is Thrones and Glory, and what they do branded items, gift items, corporate gifts. They also do fashion items. They have a very high, quality. Their materials are very well made. A lot of competence there. I see a lot of promise in them. If you are doing any type of event, you have a wedding coming up, or you want to do corporate gifts for your clients, whatever it is, contact them at Thrones and Glory. They will sort you out. Very good quality products. They will not let you down. Now, today I want to talk to you about greatness. Somebody made a special request, said please do a video about greatness. I want to be great. I want to teach my children to be great. I want my family members to see me as a great person, and that is a very noble pursuit. Let me talk to you about greatness. Now, the first thing you need to know about greatness is that there is a requirement, there's a sacrifice. Okay, as you progress on your road to greatness, at each level you will find out the sacrifice that you need to make to be great. That is the maximum requirement, but the minimum requirement for greatness is what I want to share with you. Now, the first thing that you have to be if you want to be great is you have to be somebody who studies. I've talked about study and how you cannot separate success from study. You must study. Even in the Bible, it says the Berean Christians, after they heard the word, they went back and they checked, they searched it to make sure that what they were being told was the correct thing. So you have to study. You are responsible for what you know and what you learn. Okay, I've talked to you about books like, The Millionaire Mindset and, The Millionaire Next Door. I've talked to you about authors like John C. Maxwell, James Clear, MJ DeMarco, Thomas J. Stanley. You need to read. If you are going to lead, you need to learn how to study. It's very, very important. The second thing that you need to be if you are going to be great is you have to have goals. You have to have goals. You can't just be somebody who is tossed around, by the waves of life anywhere, that you find yourself, then you just start to function there. No, you have to have goals. Okay. When I decided that I wanted to create wealth for myself, I set out with goals in mind. I told myself, I don't want to pay rent anymore. I want to stop paying rent. And within a few months of my deciding that, you see this, I'm going to stop paying rent, I achieved it. I stopped paying rent. I started to acquire my own properties. I started my own business and I began to make my own money. I started to create my own wealth. So you need to have goals. When you set out your mind to do something, then everything about you begins to work in favor of making that thing a reality. So that's the second thing. The first thing is you need to study. The second thing is you need to have goals, set goals for yourself. The third thing that you need to be is you need to be a man or woman of your word. When you say it, you do it. If you cannot do it, then don't promise it. Okay? When I make a promise, even to my child, even to my children, even to my son, I tell my son, you know what? I promise I'm going to do this for you. Okay? He can take that to sleep. He can take it to the bank because he knows that his dad is going to do everything to make that a reality. So you have to be a person of your word. Okay, you don't have to promise things and say, oh, if this happens. No, if I say, you know what, I'm going to do this thing. Hopefully, by the time this works out, I'm going to do this for you. And you keep your words in mind. When you make a promise, you remember, fulfill your promises. You have to be a person of your word. The fourth thing that you have to be is you have to be somebody of integrity. You have to be a person of integrity. Your life has to follow a pattern. You cannot be somebody who speaks anyhow. You can't just use profanity, anyhow. Anybody that comes into my sphere of influence, they know me for that. Once we are discussing business, you can't use profanity when you're around me. You come around me, you talk, you act like a professional, you speak like a professional, you conduct yourself like a professional, because I have a standard, I have an integrity around me. You have to have something like that so that when people come around you, they know that we are in the presence of somebody who is going somewhere. We're in the presence of somebody who has a standard. We have to conduct ourselves accordingly. So those are four things that you must have if you are going to be a person of greatness. If you're going to be a great person, it's very, very important. How do you see this video? This video was helpful. Please go ahead and click like. This video is not scripted. I did not script this video. I didn't do any, studying. I didn't check anything out. I didn't write anything down. I just said I'm going to come out and talk to you. I'm still very, very impressed by, this cushion that I got from the good people of Thrones and Glory. Check them out. I'm going to put the link, their number at the bottom of the screen. You can call, you can WhatsApp and place your orders. My name is Ifeanyi Ubah. This is 360 Degree Mastery. I'm wishing you a prosperous week ahead. Please and please be a man or woman of greatness, okay? Have a standard that you follow, and make sure people around you know that you have a standard and they toe that line, they follow that standard along with you. I'll see you next week with more tips and more information on how you can live a better, happier, and more successful life with peace of mind. Namaste.